Hi everyone, my name is Sheetal, and for this presentation I'll be talking about the novel One Amazing Thing, and the aspect which I chose to discuss on is themes. This novel One Amazing Thing because it appealed to me the best of all the novels. The small stories come together and make a big story, and it's really wonderful. The setting, the write up, everything. I love this story a lot. And themes because the themes in this novel, it's relevant to our everyday lives as well. If you read the novel, you will realize that you can apply these themes to your everyday life. So before I start discussing on the theme, just a little bit of information on what this novel is about. So in this novel, in the beginning there's an earthquake and 9 people are stuck in a building. So these 9 people are different in terms of race and culture, and this story focuses on how they get to know each other and how they survive in that environment. By the end, we do not find out if they survive or not, but through their stories, it seems like they will survive. Okay, so without discussing more on the story, let's go to the themes itself. So the number one theme or the running theme which I found in this novel was acceptance of cultural diversity and cultural stereotypes. So the author made a point to note down the different cultural backgrounds of the people who were stuck in the building. So there were 3 Indians, I guess, 2 Chinese, 2 white people, 1 black guy, and there was this Muslim guy as well. So from in the beginning, when Uma hears about Tariq's name, she's like, "Oh, he's Muslim. That's why he had a violent outburst." Even that's a stereotype, and that should not have happened. But there's a lot more stereotypes in the novel. There's this Asian grandmother. Her name is Jiang. Everyone assumes that she does not know English because she's Asian and she's old. However, she shocks them all and she proves that she is as educated as all of them. So by the end of the novel, we realize that everyone in the novel itself, they accept each other for who they are, because by the end they get to know the people for who they are and not just because of some stereotypes. Alright, so the second theme I will be discussing is love and sacrifice. So if you read the story about Uma and Jiang, you should have realized that there is a lot of love. From the beginning, Uma thinks about her boyfriend, and then there's Mangalam and Malati. They think about each other, and Jiang talks about Mohit. Jiang's love story was the one thing that appealed to me the most. It was so potent. The love component itself. So what we learn, it's a sacrifice section. So Mohit's parents did not want him to marry Jiang, and then Jiang wanted to marry him, but due to the social unrest in India at that time, they had to separate. So it was about sacrifice, and then how Jiang got married to this other person who cared a lot for her, and then in the end she actually ends up loving him. So this makes us question what is love actually, and in the end it seems like everyone is happy, everyone has love, like some aspect of love. Even Tariq has a girlfriend, and not a girlfriend, I'm sorry, there's this girl that Tariq likes, and because of her he changes the course of his life altogether. From being a drunk American, drinking, partying, everything, he becomes a avid Muslim follower, and I guess that's a good thing. He understands his parents better and he's able to do so much more for himself. Alright, so the next theme I will be discussing is revenge and forgiveness. So the revenge and forgiveness, let me say, I will discuss this with taking Mangalam's story and Uma's story. So for Mangalam, we see that he was in love. No, he was not in love with this girl, but he kind of courts this girl. She's rich. He does it for the money, and then he gets married to this girl, and then later on we learn that Mangalam is not happy with her, so he, instead of talking it out with her, discussing on what they should be doing next, he ends up having an affair with this other girl. So then what happens is the wife finds out, and as a form of revenge, he has the girl that Malati is having an affair with fired. And then what happens is Malati wants revenge as well. So what he does is he has a lot of relationships with every other girl he can find, and in that search for in that revenge, he forgets about forgiveness. He could have settled things with his wife, and maybe they could have worked something out, but this revenge aspect, it messed him up. Instead of being so as we see in the novel itself, he actually is with Malati, and then we learn that he does not love her at all. It's just his revenge that he's taking on his wife, and it's like a habit for him. So we learn that revenge is not a good thing. And then in Uma's story, we learn that when she heard about her father's affair with this, not affair, I'm sorry, about her father's divorce, about her parents' divorce. So what she does, she initially thinks about dropping out of college, maybe becoming a hippie, I don't know. So what happens is that she decides to forgive her father, and then she decides to accept the reality. And what happens is, due to her forgiveness, she's at a better place. She's at a much better place than Mangalam is. Alright, the last and the most important, or should I say the most obvious theme, is survival. So everyone is caught in this building, there's an earthquake. So what we learn is how to survive in an earthquake or in a situation like that, when there is a disaster. So in this novel we learn not to panic, be patient, and maybe if there's someone of authority, so if someone has been in a similar situation and telling you what to do, so it's a good thing to probably follow him. As we saw in the novel, Tariq did not follow Cameron, and he actually got stuck in a pile of rubble. Alright, so about this survival theme, we learned about how to ration food and water in terms of a disaster, what to do, what not to do, and this can help us a lot. I guess there is some faults in the Bay Area as well, and living in the Bay Area, it does become like everyone is scared that there might be an earthquake. So if there is one, I guess I'll be a little bit more prepared, or I'll be a little bit more comfortable than I would have been if I did not know about this novel and what Cameron does. Alright, so that's about it for the themes. If you have any questions, post it on the discussion forum and I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.